Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Open Ultra League, and let's see what we're going to be trying out. We're going to use the Virizion paired with the Shadow Typhlosion and the Skeledirge in the back. So Typhlosion goes for the Thunder Punch immediately. Looks like we grab a shield, and now we're going to have to go for this Blast Burn because we don't have any good moves to throw at this Gastrodon. However, we are going to be able to wall this thing with some Virizion action, and it looks like our opponent is running the Earth Power version, so we can definitely survive these. And now we force the Drifloon to come back in. We're going to catch the second move. That Icy Wind there is going to be able to be tanked by our Skeledirge, and now we're going to have to go for this Torch Song buff. We do have 2 shields to hide behind, so we are going to see if we can just power our way through with all Torch Songs. And our opponent here is going to be able to throw another move. We are going to try to combo play, and this Virizion is looking to get the Drifloon low enough that our Skeledirge can potentially farm down. But unfortunately, they get to a move and they get the debuff. Oh, wait a second, we do have 2 moves. First, Torch Song is going to get shielded, and then we can go for the Shadow Ball, and down goes their team. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game barely with our Skeledirge at the end right there. Ended up being pretty close, but luckily the Skeledirge was able to get so much energy that we didn't really have to worry about that end game, especially with him still having a shield up. All right, next we're going to have the Golisopod into our Virizion. This matchup here is okay for us as long as we're not running like a Aerial Ace version, and we can fight back with some Leaf Blades. So let's see if the opponent ends up throwing the bug move. Nope. We are going to force out damage or a shield, and we indeed get that shield. Now we have to just kind of wait our timer because everything's misaligned. We go right back into the Virizion, fire off the Leaf Blade, and we end up getting that Golisopod out of the way. And now we have 2 shield Skeledirge for their end game. We know that we have energy advantage, but also we're going to have typing advantage if we can get rid of that Ampharos, and indeed that's what we do. First Torch Song is going to get shielded, and our opponent realizes that they have no chance to beat us here because we still have a shield and we're ramped up, and we are very close to another Torch Song, which would be super effective. So GG's to our opponent. The team, maybe haven't figured out already, is an ABB format, double fires in the back. Okay, this is still not bad for us. This switch in is very common, but Virizion can easily handle this, especially if they let it go. We definitely need to shield a potential Ice Beam if they build up to it. And now we're kind of in the driver's seat because we basically know their entire team now. And because they had to switch out a little bit late, we get to this Blast Burn. They do shield correctly there. However, if this takes us out, which it doesn't, we are going to have the Virizion ready, and we force out more energy here. So they're pretty energy dry, and we can just safely overfarm a little bit here, waiting for them to switch out. And there it goes. Our opponent does switch out into their Togekiss. Dazzling Gleam is used, and we are going to be able to resist that. So that means that we can just go for Torch Songs at this point. Does this Togekiss only have resistant moves? It could be running the Aura Sphere and Dazzling Gleam version, so they're just electing to just throw a stab move. And unfortunately for our opponents, they have no chance to beat our backline with all that energy still stored with the Virizion. So GG's to our opponents. Luckily, we were able to, kind of be fluid with it and get the energy advantage. and accumulated to a win. Virizion into the Belly Bolt, really favorable for us. Our opponent switches into their Nidoqueen, but Nidoqueens know the ability, know the move Mud Slap now. So in the past, this might have been a swap out, but we decided to stay in for just a little bit here, and we're going to play this out. Unfortunately, we cannot try to catch the move because they also potentially could know Stone Edge. And if we switch out incorrectly, they could go for a huge farm down. So we're just going to elect to play this out. Our opponent continuously throwing Poison Fangs. And now we're going to have an opportunity to switch out. And indeed, that's what we do. We're going to have to bait here because they probably want this Belly Ball healthy, right? And that's indeed the case. So now we have a decision. Do we go for Blast Burn or do we just take the chip damage? We try to get greedy and go for the Blast Burn, but we do not reach it. We have to go straight into this Virizion now. They try to snipe our energy, but we were going to be able to switch out. I believe we left with the move. So all we have to do here against this Corviknight is survive this. And yes, we do get to the Torg Song. This will be pretty close to taking out the Corviknight. And let's see if we can farm this down. We do farm it. Or actually, they swap, I believe, into the Belly Bolt. And Belly Bolt is going to leave this Corviknight with the sliver of health. And that's indeed how they win the game. So GG's, well played by them. The Mud Slap Nidoqueen, kind of problematic. Somehow we were supposed to get a farm down and not allow that Nidoqueen to get a shield from us. Okay, against this lead here is going to be interesting as we are going to be able to fire off the Leaf Blade first. They don't have a super effective charge move. However, they can go for the superpower and force them to dip, and that's indeed the case. Here, we're going to have to think about shielding. We decided to let it go, and we're going to see if they're going to shield here. They decided to let it go, so nice call by our opponents. That could have done significant damage, and now we're going to have Virizion come back in. This Belly Bolt is running the Thunder Shock fast move, so this Virizion is able to tank these much easier. And because they're running Thunder Shock, they're not doing super effective fast move pressure, so we can one-shot farm down safely here. Okay, actually, our opponent ends up going for another foul play. But here, we're going to be able to get to a Torsong, take out the Malamar, and then become boosted. But unfortunately, there's a Feraligatr in the back, and even though this Feraligatr is not Shadow, it is going to be able to dominate this matchup. So well played by them. Check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.